Battles, it is Chara zor-el here with a new video for you. Welcome to part 5 of What If Izuku Was a Stand User. I just wanted to greet you guys by saying, I'm sorry it's been so long. Life got in the way of everything. Anyway, I'm back, sit back and relax, you're in for a treat. So, we begin. It was business as usual as everyone in Class 1A was in their homeroom, waiting for the next class to begin. Small talk muttered between the students before it was cut off by a loud and boisterous, "I am here!" that came from just outside the classroom door. Izuku recognized the iconic voice as All Might himself, with said hero posing through the doorway like the proud hero he was. "Holy whoa, it's All Might!" Midoriya said in starstruck excitement. It was the first time he saw All Might since he started school and was instantly overwhelmed with excitement. He really is a teacher here at UA, and oh my god, he's wearing a Silver Age costume! So cool! Some of the other students in the class were just as excited to see All Might as Midoriya was. The #1 hero's presence in the class thrilled the students as they were eager to hear what the muscled-out pro had in store for the class today. Welcome to the most important class here at UA, Hero Basic Training. It is here that you will learn the basics of what it takes to be a pro and to fight justice in the name of good. Speaking of fighting for the greater good, your first lesson in basic hero training will be fight training! All Might said, holding up a card with the word battle on it. He then directed the students' attention to a series of opening doors, each one containing a briefcase with a number on it. Each case contained the students' costumes, designed based on their individual requests. All Might requested that the students change into their costumes and meet them outside at the designated training ground in 10 minutes. At Training Ground Beta, the students of Class 1A joined up with All Might as he admired the future heroes and their costumes, with Midoriya joining the rest of the class half a minute after the others. After Izuku's talk with Aizawa the other day, Midoriya went to the quirk registry and successfully got Personal Jesus registered as a quirk. It took a lot of convincing for the people on the other end, but they eventually allowed it. While he was there, Izuku was required to submit a costume allowance since he was a student at UA. Since the news about the costume was sudden, he spent most of his day coming up with an outfit idea that would complement his admiration for All Might and play off his stand ability. After he submitted the costume allowance, the registry said that it would take at least a couple of weeks for the costume to be ready. Till then, he was given a temporary alternative by his mother in the form of a green hero suit. And up with the others, he laid eyes on one of his newest friends, Uraraka, who walked over to compliment Midoriya's costume. "Whoa, hey Deku, I love that costume! It's not too flashy or anything." Midoriya tried to say something back to the brunette, but he was too blushed and distracted by how the girl looked in her bodysuit. As soon as All Might did a quick head count to make sure that everyone was present, he began to explain the combat training the students were about to go through. Now then, most of the villain fights you see on TV take place outside, but statistically speaking, the majority of all criminal activity takes place indoors. So for today's training, you'll be split up into 2 teams of heroes and villains and fight 2-on-2 mock battles in an indoor environment. All Might explained that the goal of the hero team was to recover a bomb hidden inside the building, or to capture all the villains. Likewise, the villain team wins by either capturing the heroes or successfully defending the weapon for the given time limit. Pro Hero then pulled out a box with lettered balls inside and told the students to draw random lots to pick their teams. Students drew their lots and got their selected groups, with Izuku eventually grabbing his lot. "Hey Deku, what letter did you get?" Uraraka asked as she approached the green-suited Midoriya. He showed the pink-cheeked brunette his ball with the letter F on it. "Aw, shucks. Looks like we're not on a team together." The girl then told the boy that she had the letter B ball. "Hey, wait, did you say that you have the B ball?" Ochako looked around to see where the voice that came from that said that. It took a second response from the same voice and a hand wave to realize that it came from an invisible girl who introduced herself as Toru Hakagure. "You have B, right? If that's the case, we're on a team together. Let's kick some butt!" "Oh, yeah, let's do it. Sorry I didn't see you earlier, but yeah, let's do our best, okay?" The girl said in a confident expression. Not long after, Midoriya heard a voice from behind him asking if he had a ball with the letter F on it. Deku turned around to find a skinny punk rock looking girl standing behind him. "I'm Jiro. You're Midoriya, yeah?" "Oh, yeah, that's me," Izuku responded. "Guess you and me are gonna be working together." The first thing that came to Izuku's head was that he was working with someone new and was anxious to give a good first impression. After everyone found out their partners, All Might drew a second batch of lots to find out who would be the heroes and the villains for the second round. All Might drew an F ball for the heroes and a C ball for the villains, making the first fight of the day between the hero team of Izuku Midoriya and Kyoko Jiro, and the villain team of Yuga Aoyama and Katsuki Bakugou. The other students left for the observation room as the two teams began to get ready. Feeling of angst quickly washed over the green-haired teen as he looked at Bakugou, who looked back at the greenette with a fear-inducing gaze. And he looks at me, and I look at him. He looks at me, and I look at him. Sorry, I just wanted to do that. One that showed the boy that he had resentment towards him and was eager to lash out. Heroes and villains were each given 5 minutes to plan out their strategies. They were also given a set of items for the training, this being a radio for each team member so they could communicate with each other, a map of the building, and a roll of capture tape, which is used for apprehending an opposing player and eliminating them from the rest of the round. On the inside, the team of Aoyama and Bakugou found the room with the bomb they had to protect. Mon Dieu! So this is the weapon we have to protect, yes? Aoyama said as he walked around the fake bomb. He gazed at his partner Bakugou, who was standing a couple dozen feet away, looking like he was deep in thought about something that was bothering him. Not sure how useful I can be in this challenge, mon ami. I can only shoot my belly laser a few times before I get a crippling tummy ache. We have to formulate a plan most ingenious if we wish to pass. A French student was interrupted by a loud, "Hey!" from his partner. That kid in the green suit we're going up against. You think he's got a quirk? Who, Midoriya? The sparkling boy asked. Katsuki didn't give him a direct answer in response, but instead looked at him with somewhat of a death stare, making the French boy feel a little bit of fear towards his partner. Well, he did throw a ball 100 meters just the other day, so I assume he does. Aoyama spoke. I mean, I remember crossing paths with him during the entrance exam when he tried to take out a one-pointer, but I got a little ahead of myself and took his point from him. He looked confident enough that he could destroy it if I didn't step in. So I don't know. Maybe. Damn nerd, Bakugou thought in his head. Was he just lying to me? After all these years, did he actually have a quirk and decide to surprise me with it after all this time? Just to spite me? If that's the case, that nerd is getting roasted. Hard. Meanwhile, outside the building, Midoriya was with his partner as she was looking at the map of the building layout. They seriously expect us to memorize this much of the building and go over a plan in 5 minutes? Jiro said as she was looking over the map. I don't think we have enough time to search each room in this place and deal with the other team. I think the best approach is to head for the upper floors and look around. There's no way they'd put the weapon on the first few floors of the place. That'd be way too easy for us. Yeah, that sounds good, Midoriya said with fear and angst in his voice. The punk rocker noticed that her partner was slightly trembling. She could tell something was off about him. Whoa, Midoriya, you feeling alright? You're sweating through your costume, dude. What's wrong? Well, it's just... we're up against Kachan. We should be on our guard, Midoriya muttered as he stopped trembling. Kachan? Who, the guy with the spiky blonde hair? Jiro asked. Well, yeah, I mean, he seems pretty good, but if we come up with a strategy to beat him, he shouldn't be too hard for us to deal with. Why? Is there something going on between you two? I remember him acting all aggro towards you the other day. Midoriya eased himself a bit as he decided to tell his partner the history he has with Bakugou, even though it took him a bit of courage to come clean about it. Well, it's just... Kachan doesn't really get along with me too well. I mean, we did at one point, but... things changed. I guess you could say he picks on me a lot and treats me as an inferior person, and honestly, part of me thinks that's true. I mean, he's amazing. His strength, ambition, his confidence, his quirk, they're all so much better than mine. Hey, Midoriya, come on, don't talk like that, Jiro said to her sweaty teammate. Look, I don't personally know this Bakugou guy or the history between you two, but you're making him seem like he's a total prick and a bully, and yet you're giving him praise? Why? Oh, well, you are right. He can be a pain in the neck, but that's not really what I meant. Midoriya stood up and put on his hero mask. I meant that with his strength, quirk, and drive, he's more likely to become a pro hero one day than me. But that just means I have to be better than him. And if I'm going to do that, I'm going to fight him and give him my all. Jiro began to understand Midoriya's words and where he was coming from. Alright, I get you, but please stop saying nice things about that kid, Jiro said as she fist bumped Midoriya's shoulder. I hate bullies, and if he really treats you like crap, then stop giving him compliments. People like that don't deserve them. The green-suited Midoriya responded with an, okay, before the hero team began talking about the important stuff. I think we got 3 minutes before the exercise starts. I think it'd be best if we knew about our powers and then strategize a plan from there, the greenette said. Okay, not a bad idea. I'll go first. Jiro extended both her earlobes into her hands before she filled her partner in on her power. My quirk is earphone jack. My earlobes are shaped like phone jacks. I can extend the lobes as far as 6 meters and can stick them into the walls to hear vibrations and other sounds, kind of like a stethoscope. I can also use my heartbeat to do sound attacks that come from these stereo boots I got on. These things can blast people with a deafening sound if I plug my earphones into them. The catch is I can't move a muscle if I use the attack. Wow, that's a lot of good stuff, Jiro. Sounds like we can use your quirk to find out where the team is without engaging them, Midoriya analyzed. Okay, I guess it's my turn now, and, well, my power's a little hard to understand at first, so just bear with me, okay? Alright? Jiro puzzled as she looked at the boy with slight confusion. Izuku summoned his stand as it floated around his master, lightly squealing at the girl he was with. Guy have some kind of an emitter quirk. I don't have a clear understanding of all the details about it, aside from what it calls itself. Personal Jesus. Wait, Personal Jesus? As in the song by Depeche Mode? Are you serious? Jiro questioned the boy, showing a humored smirk on her face. Well, yeah, it named itself that. Wait, how do you know that? Izuku's teammate appeared to blush in embarrassment at the question. Let's just say I know my music and we'll leave it at that for now. But anyway, yeah, go on. Sorry for interrupting. Izuku took a light breath before he continued. Alright, well, anyway, it's a quirk that's kind of like the one that bird-headed student in our class has when I can summon an entity who can do any number of things. However, unlike his, mine for some reason is invisible to everyone except myself. And other stand users! But he doesn't know that yet. As for what it can do, like I said, I still don't know all the details, but from what I've experienced so far, it can alter and manipulate a person's emotions and psyche. It does this by either stinging someone with its stinger, or if the person inhales a dust that comes from a pellet it can shoot from a gun on its back. Based on what I've seen so far, it can make someone incredibly angry, heighten their senses and awareness, temporarily boost a person's intelligence, and it can— Okay, stop! Jiro rudely interrupted. I'm sorry, you lost me at the part when you brought up a stinger, or whatever. Alright, I hope you're being serious about this quirk, because based on what you told me, our team is all suppression and no firepower. Midoriya thought about what she said and knew she was right. He knew Personal Jesus was leagues below Bakugou in terms of power, and Jiro doesn't have any heavy-hitting options in her arsenal. Midoriya thought for a few seconds before giving Jiro his idea. Alright, I think the best plan of attack should be to stay as quiet as possible. We need your quirk to avoid the villain team. And if we run into Kacchan or Aoyama, we use both our quirks to keep him grounded and hold them back as we make our way to the bomb. Yeah. Okay, that can work, Jiro speculated. Alright, I think that's the best plan we got for our abilities. Let's do it. Izuku gave his partner a thumbs up as the hero team had formulated their plan. With the hero team set to go and the villain team eager for action, mainly Bakugou ready for action, all that was left was for All Might to start the exercise. Hero team! Villain team! Get ready! The training exercise is about to start. When you hear the signal, you're free to begin. Ready yourselves! An air horn blared from inside the training ground, signaling the start of the first fight. About damn time! Bakugou snarled as he stormed out of the bomb room. Wait, Bakugou! Oh, allez-vous! We haven't come up with a plan yet! Aoyama shouted. I don't care about a plan! Bakugou yelled, prompting Aoyama to cower a bit. Stay here! Go on the offensive like I am. I don't care. But Deku's mine. Understand? Deku? Who's that? You mean Midoriya, yes? Just shut up and focus on his partner with the weird ears. Bakugou ran out of the room, beginning his hunt for the forest-haired hero in training. Meanwhile, Izuku and Jiro were already inside. The two moved quietly and quickly, so they wouldn't be spotted by the opposing team. Hold up a sec. Jiro said as she took out one of her phone jacks and stuck it into the wall to hone in on the sounds coming throughout the building. She pointed up to the ceiling and signaled that she could hear the villain team on one of the upper floors. She stated she could hear one person in a room standing around while the other was dashing around across the building. The other one's gotta be Kacchan, Izuku deduced. I'm guessing Aoyama is protecting the bomb while he's trying to hunt us down. Or hunt me down. The hero team knew they couldn't stay in one place for long and moved as quietly as they could throughout the corridors, stopping every 20 seconds so Jiro could use her quirk to find the villain team's location and move around them. 5 minutes of rinsing and repeating this plan, they eventually made it to the 3rd floor without being spotted. Wait, hold on. Jiro once again stopped to use her quirk to find the villain team, only this time, something was off. She could hear one set of footprints on the floor just above them, but she couldn't make out where the second set of steps were. Jiro, what's going on? Did you hear something? Shh! Quiet! A few seconds of silence filled the space until... Wait, Midoriya, are you walking behind? Oh crap, look out! Bakugou jumped from behind a corner and unleashed a fiery ambush attack on the surprised duo, knocking the two onto the ground, with Izuku shielding Jiro from most of the blast. Jiro, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine, Jiro said, staring at the smoke cloud Bakugou had created. The hot-headed blonde wafted the smoke away as he stared down the green-eyed tea with malicious intent in his eyes. What's wrong, Deku? Too scared to fight me? I had a feeling you were going to come straight for me, Midoriya said, slowly standing back up. I also had a feeling you were going to try sneak attack as well. Bakugou snarled at the green-haired teen's words. And without a second to waste, Katsuki began his charge towards the hero duo. But Izuku was one step ahead of him. Thanks to the years of knowledge he got from analyzing Bakugou's fighting style, he deduced that he would begin the attack with the right hook, which he did. The green-egg grabbed the boy's gauntlet surrounding his hand and used his own momentum to flip him over his shoulder and slammed him to the ground. Personal Jesus! Pacify him! Now! Izuku's stand popped out of his body with a sea green glow and attempt to latch onto Bakugou to sting him, but Bakugou panicked at the word pacify, thinking Midoriya was going to try something to get him out of the fight early. The blonde teen held his hands towards Izuku, blasting the boy in the ankles, knocking him off his feet while also sliding on the floor away for the hero team to get some breathing room. Midoriya was hurt, but could get up. What followed was a stare down between Izuku and Katsuki, with the two of them having flashbacks of past memories from when they were kids. Izuku could remember the overwhelming scorn Bakugou and the other kids in the neighborhood put him through, all the way leading up to middle school, where he was bullied further and repeatedly told he had no future ahead of himself for being quirkless. As Bakugou continued staring down Izuku, he noticed he was trembling and had his fists up, as if he was going to fight. Just like he was back in elementary school, where Bakugou's bullying of Izuku began. All these years, and you're still the same pathetic boy! Bakugou taunted as he flared up his quirk. Deep down, Izuku was terrified of facing off against Bakugou and began convincing himself that he couldn't win in this situation. But then, Izuku had a realization. He thought about the countless years he was belittled and told he would never be a pro hero, and despite it all, he never gave up. He fought through the abuse and continued fighting towards his goal, thanks in large part to people like All Might, his mother, and others who supported him throughout the years, and as a reward, he became a student at his dream school. He made it this far, and again reminded himself he was going to make sure it was all worth it. No, you're wrong, Kanchan, Midoriya said as he began to prep his attack. Personal Jesus latched onto Izuku's arm as the stand's symbol ring began to spin to pick an effect to use on Bakugou. The stand locked into a symbol and was readying itself to fire as Izuku raised his arm to the blonde villain team member, who felt something was off. He felt Deku was going to attack, but he couldn't tell what he was going to try. Here's the truth. I'm not the same defenseless kid you picked on back when we were younger. The cannon to Midoriya's stand locked in its shot as he said to Bakugou, I've changed. You just haven't paid attention. Personal Jesus fired a dust pellet at Kacchan's face with the spiky-haired blonde reacting as if someone threw an egg at him. At first, he began to cough a bit as he inhaled the stand's dust. Nothing appeared to happen afterwards, but then he started to act funny, as if he was incredibly dizzy and having difficulty standing up. Hey, what the hell? Bakugou yelled out as he was having trouble standing up. What did you do to me, you little twerp? Jiro walked up from behind the stand user and grabbed his arm. Midoriya, come on, we gotta go, we're wasting time. Izuku continued to look at the red-eyed teen, struggling to stand up. He thought about capturing him with the tape so he wouldn't be a problem later, but his guard was too high. He took his teammates' advice and ran for the stairs to the top of the floor. Katsuki tried to use his quirk to blitz his way to Midoriya for a kick, but he botched the attack, toppling over as if the equilibrium in his body was distorted. His movements were that of an intoxicated drunk, unable to properly stand up. What the hell did you do to me, Deku? Hey! Get back here! I'm not done with you yet! The Deku-Jiro duo ran down the hall, all while Kacchan continued hurling insults from afar. Stand back and face me, you little twerp! Get back here, you— Holy crap, Midoriya, what did you do to him? Jiro exclaimed as she was running back to Midoriya's side. I ordered Personal Jesus to attack Kacchan. I didn't tell it exactly how to attack, but judging by how he was acting, my quirk must have used an attack that messed up the equilibrium in his head, making him incredibly dizzy. Midoriya said to his teammate, wait, so your invisible quirk, whatever, shot him with a drug pellet? Like a tranquilizer gun? Okay, that's wild, Jiro said to her emerald-eyed teammate. So you weren't yanking my chain earlier? You actually have an invisible companion that can do stuff for you, and it's named after a song from the 80s? Well, it's not invisible to me, but yeah, I wouldn't lie to you. You're my teammate. Just thought it'd be difficult to tell you straightforwardly since you'd think I was crazy if I told you. I mean, I tried telling others about my power and, well, let's just say they didn't believe me. Jiro smiled in response to her teammate's words. Well, I believe you, Midoriya. I mean, in a world like ours with the kind of quirks that are around, a power like yours isn't too weird. But you definitely have to show me more stuff you could do with your power later on. But for right now, let's win this game. Come on. Within the minute, the hero team ran up the stairs to the top floor, but were once again ambushed. This time by Aoyama, who fired his laser beam at the hero team, grazing Midoriya on the left side of his stomach, causing him to fall behind a pillar opposite the stairs. Jiro, however, was pinned by the stairs opposite her emerald-eyed ally. Midoriya! Oh man, that looked bad. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. He just grazed me. Izuku spoke as he grabbed his left side. Oh man, that burns. So this is where Aoyama was. He's been on the defensive this whole time. The green had turned his attention to his rocker teammate. Jiro, can you get a shot at him with your sound boots from here? Aoyama answered that question for her as he fired a suppressing laser shot her way before she could attempt to move from her position. Damn it, I can't. He's got us both pinned. Jiro hunkered back down at the top of the stairs, unable to move any further. Hey, use that companion thing of yours to hit him with the attack you used on Bakugou. Huh, you're right. Personal Jesus, get a shot on him, fast! Izuku's sand spawned into the fight as it reloaded its pellet shooter and clung to the wall opposite of its master, as it tried to get a good shooting angle on the belly button laser wielder. However, before it could fire, Yuga hid behind cover and radioed his partner. Bakugou, are you there? I really need your assistance, please. At this point, Kacchan shook off the equilibrium defect he was hit with, and he was absolutely livid. Hey, Frenchie! Talk to me! Where are they? Bakugou raged. He was eager to find Deku and give him the beating of a lifetime. Hey, my name's Yugo Aoyama, and they're at the top of the stairs, on the floor where the bomb is. The sparkling hero radioed to his partner. I'm busy. I'm keeping them both pinned down, but I can't do this for much longer. I need a hand here, s'il vous plaît. Alright, keep him there. I'm coming. Bakugou dashed down the halls towards the stairs, but rather than face off the hero team again, he wanted to show Midoriya the hard way through power and collateral damage that he was better than him. So instead of heading up the stairs for another ambush, Bakugou stopped beneath the floor that was touching the top of the stairs where the hero team was pinned. You think you're better than me, huh, Deku? We'll see about that. Katsuki sadistically spoke as he aimed his arm to the ceiling. Without a moment's hesitation, he pulled the pin on one of his sweat gauntlets, firing a massive concentrated blast of his explosion shot at the ceiling above, destroying the upper floor and most of the roof of the building, causing the whole structure to shake. Even the students in the observation room felt the blast. Whoa, this is nuts! Bakugou's capable of this much power? The red-headed Kirishima asked. All Might began to worry about the level of collateral damage and tried to radio the students for a status update. Aoyama reported that he was shaken from the out-of-nowhere blast, but was fine. The others didn't respond. As the smoke cleared, those in the observation room got a better look of where everyone was at. Everyone first spotted Jiro, who was laying at the bottom of the stairs, as if she was blasted down the steps from the force. All Might asked if she was okay, to which she responded she was okay, despite the noticeable blood on her forehead. Damn, what was that? Jiro said as she tried to compose herself. She radioed her teammate to see if he was okay. Midoriya, where are you? Are you okay? Seconds later, she heard steps coming towards her. After a close look through the dusty smoke, she saw the explosion quirk wielder walking towards her. She panicked and attempted to stick her earphones into her boots to blast him with her noise attack. No good. Bakugou quickly rolled her on her stomach and did a surprise move, wrapped her arms with the capture tape. All Might saw the detainment and announced the news to the students in the building. Jiro has been apprehended by Bakugou. She's out of the game. After the announcement, Kacchan kneeled over Jiro and menacingly uttered a message to the eliminated girl. Now stay out of my way. This is between me and Deku. Kacchan blitzed up the stairs to confront her exercise partner, leaving Jiro by her lonesome at the bottom of the stairs. I'm sorry, Midoriya. He got me. He's heading your way now. Please be careful. She softly spoke into her ear radio as she tried composing herself from the blast. At this point, the hero team was in trouble. Jiro was out and Bakugou was in a state of utter rage, eager to find Izuku and give him a wrath-fueled thrashing. Will Izuku prevail, or will he suffer a devastating loss against the villain team? Find out in this next can't-miss tension-fueled episode of What If Izuku Was a Stand User! Thank you all for sticking around, and I hope that you enjoyed. Before you leave, we would just like to let you know that We the Celestials has many other channels for your entertainment and viewing purposes, such as a meme channel and an abridged version of My Hero Academia, which I play Mina in later on. Check it out. All the information you'll need is right here in the description below, so feel free to check out all the other incredible projects our team creates. Second, on behalf of We the Celestials, I'd like to thank everyone involved in the production of today's awesome content. Their details will also be in the description below. That's all for today's video, so goodbye and have a divine day!